2, 1, drop it. I'm sipping on hypnotic. I'm smoking on that chronic. Bass on the floor, make you lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is DDubble, but you can just call me Dell, and this is our little team builder preamble here for our GBA battle. This week we are taking on the Grandmaster D.Rey, and as you can tell, the ASMR team builders are back. A lot of you guys said you enjoyed kind of the quieter, so here you have it. A little bit quieter, a team builder. Huge thank you to Odds Are Brody, as you may know him within the community, for making these team builder slides. These came out awesome, and I'm really thankful to be able to be using them. Yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. D.Rey has a really scary team. Lots of different options on it. I have to get a little bit creative with my build this week. So kind of starting off, we are going to be rocking out with a Thunderous Incarnate, our Hemsky, Taunt, U-Turn, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, 236 speed, 20 HP, 252 attack. Now, this is a pretty standard set. Just want to outpace the base 100s. Taunt is here because he has a Toad's Cruel. Very annoying Spore Spike. We don't want to really let him do any of that kind of stuff off the hop. Taunt also really good in case of like a bulk up Annihilate or a rest Annihilate, things like that. U-turn gives us solid pivot options, and we're not volt switching into the dark or into the ground type. Sludge Bomb to hit a potential Terra Fairy Annihilate. And then Thunderbolt, of course, to just kind of nuke the rest of it. He does have a Palafin that we need to be able to hit, so that's very important. And the rest of his team outside of Toad's Cruel doesn't super appreciate getting hit with a Thunderbolt, so that's going to be our Thunderous Incarnate. Next up on the roster, we are rocking out with our Iron Valiant, Gretzky, Timid. We are rocking 196 speed, 4 speed F, 252 special attack, 44 defense, and 12 HP. Now this is specifically so that we can take non-boosted jet punches from Palafin. So if it's not adamant and it's not like a boosting item, we do eat up jet punches a lot better. We're not too KO'd by them after rocks. Our speed is 177 total. So we are still getting our speed boost instead of getting the special attack boost, which is super nice. We are Terra Ghost this week, not Terra Fairy. That is incorrect. I might edit that up in post. We might slap something on there just to get rid of it. But yeah, we are Terra Ghost so that our Shadow Balls can be blowing through his team. Focus Blast is there, same kind of reason. We need a good special attacking stab that can actually, you know, try to break through a Spit F Arcanine, which can be a big problem for us this week. And Moonblast to round out the move pool there so that we can target down some of his more potent threats, like the Annihilate if it isn't Terra'd. So, pretty standard Iron Valiant there. Nothing too crazy coming out of that one. Next up, we have our Galarian Slowking. Max HP, well, 244, 252 defense, 12 speed F. We are Regenerator Bold with Shed Sail, as D.Rey does have a Gothitelle, which is super, super annoying. Sludge Bomb, Toxic Spice, Flamethrower, and Slack Off. Flamethrower is there so that we can hit a potential Klefki if that comes. Sludge Bomb just for net neutral damage on basically everything else, and to fish for some poisons. And Toxic Spikes, once again, to fish for said poisons. His removal's Toad's Cruel, so not super great, and we kind of plan on getting rid of that early in the game, so I can get Toxic Spikes up late game. Can really benefit us in the long run there. Slack Off for longevity, and we are Shed Shell, like I said, so that we are not trapped by the Gothitelle. This thing is here to kind of sponge hits from Palafin. Granted, Banded Palafin with Body Slam or something along those lines. Banded Wave Crashes. This thing still doesn't super appreciate. It lets us pivot around it, and hopefully, while the Palafin ends up damaging itself, but that's neither here nor there. This thing's realistically here to get up the T-Spike, try to keep it there for the majority of the game, and pressure D.Rey into chipping himself down. Next up, we have our Rotomo Timid Levitate Choice Scarf, 252 special attack, 252 speed. Timid, this guy is the Palafin Revenger. It's also a really, really good pivot into everything on his team. We are Leaf Storm, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Trick. Volt Switch is the main click on this guy. As soon as Toad's Cruel goes down, there's nothing, like I said, wants to take a Thunderbolt from Thundurus Incarnate. Same thing with this. There's nothing that really wants to, be getting whittled down by Volt Switches. Thunderbolts are really potent in the late game. If I do need to clean up with it, I absolutely can. And Trick's just there as kind of like a last resort, similar to Encore on our Iron Valiant and Taunt on the Thundy. It's nice to have that additional supporting move, just in case something starts to get out of hand. If D.Rey starts spamming bulk ups or rests with Annihilate, does give us that option so that we aren't just completely worn out in the long run. So yeah, that's our Rotom Mo. Moving on now, we have our Tauros plays. If you guys watched our game yesterday, we did end up bringing a Mirror Herb Landorus against John Jr., and I highly recommend you go and check that out. John Jr. also had an Annihilate, as D.Rey does this week. We are going to try a little bit of the same. We're going Mirror Herb, Jolly, Intimidate, Tauros. This allows us to switch in on the Annihilate. We will get a +2 boost. Annihilate will only go +1. Even if he's a bulk up Annihilate, I don't have to worry about it too much. He'll only be the +1 defense, and Flare Blitz will absolutely obliterate any kind of Annihilate that he brings, as he is, like I said, Fairy, Ghost, Terra type, so don't have to worry all too much about that, as he does not have the Water Terra typing that John Jr. does. Raging Bull is here once again to break the screens in case the Klefki comes. Earthquake's here kind of as a last resort. I might end up changing it. We'll see though, because Trailblaze is also a major benefit for this thing. It really just depends on what I'm feeling on the day. You guys will see in the video coming up here what I decide to finally go with. When I got these slides made, we did have Earthquake on the set though, so if it's changed, and you'll see that in the game. But yeah, I have a lot of faith in this. This was one of the first things I decided to come up with on the team, and we're bouncing ideas around, and I think this is a really good fail-safe into the Annihilate at all costs. So yeah, and then our final Mon this week is Tyranitar. We are Adamant Sandstream, Choppleberry, 172 HP, 252 attack, 84 defense, Crunch, Stone Edge, Fire Punch, Stealth Rock. Rocks are really good into D.Rey's team. It helps chip down his Arcanine, or at least forces boots onto it. Stone Edge, Crunch hits everything for neutral outside of the Klefki, and that's why we have Fire Punch. The max attack Adamant is there to just kind of blow through something. It helps us beat the Gothitelle. If it's like Focus Blast, it can take a close combat from an Arcanine, so we can revenge in that sense as well and eat up a close combat. Annihilate can't OHKO us from full, and we'll at least be able to get off some chip damage. We do run the risk of getting like a Crunch Drop or something like that, but if it's Terra, then we can always click Stone Edge and not have to worry about that as much, which is super nice. The HP and defense spread, nothing all too particular with it. The HP and defense, it just kind of worked out best for rolls in terms of close combats and Focus Blasts down the line. Same thing with like damage on like Jet Punches and flip turns from Palafins. This kind of just gave us our best bet in terms of longevity. Obviously, there's no way to check everything, and T-Tar is still a little bit frail on the physical side into things that it's weak into, but this allowed us to have our best chance against anything that wanted to fire off at least a fighting attack into us. So yeah, that's the team, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to see how we do this week. I'll catch you guys in the battle. Until next time, bye-bye. Hello and welcome back. My name is DDubble, but you could just call me Dell. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking on the Grandmaster, the one, the only D.Rey. This is a matchup I've been looking forward to. Me and D.Rey have been throwing down in BBR for the last, 3 seasons now, and I want to get a win against him here. Our team builder will be before this. Go back, check that out if you want a little bit more of an in-depth analysis. Pretty standard lead here, though. We got U-Turn, Taunt, Thundy. Leads perfectly into basically every single thing on his team. He did bring the Rotom Wash, which I'm a little surprised about. I'm trying to figure out what he didn't bring from the mocks that I was running. Toadscruel's the same, Goth the same, everything else the same, so I'm not overly concerned about it. This is going to be a good matchup. In mocks, it was a grind to get here, but I think we actually have a really good shot of taking out D.Rey this week. Tauros Bull's Mirror Herb to come in on the Annihilate. If you guys checked out yesterday's video, we pulled off the exact same shenanigans against a different Annihilate with a Landorus. So I would go check out that video after this one, because we may have pulled out a pretty crucial W for our BBR, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is GBA Week 2.
I hope you guys are excited as I am. Once again, we're at the beach. I love battling at the beach. All right, Musgrove is his lead. We lead Hemsky. Now, this thing can't really do a whole lot to me outside of, like, you know, a Leaf Storm and a Jetpack out. So, not too concerned. We're going to taunt lead. That's what we did in every single mock. We can U-turn out after the fact if we do need to. But this is pretty standard lead into anything. And the nice part about this is we can kind of scout what type of set he is, as Leaf Storm is going to do negligible, only about 30 to 36% if he is max special attack. So we're going to see that. I'm going to taunt. He cannot spike. That is ideal. What we are going to do here is we are going to U-turn into our Galarian Slowking. And we're going to go from there. Hopefully D-Rey pivots out. That would be ideal. He does withdraw, which is great. Kind of showing that he's not a Jetpack at that point, and we are going to get some initiative. Blake Snell, side note, fuck the Padres. Every single one of them, fuck the Padres. D-Rey, big Padres fan. Fuck them. Fuck the Padres. Gonna get demonetized on this video. Do not care. Fuck the Padres till the day I die. This is great because we can go into our Glow King. We can get up a T-Spike. There's nothing D-Rey can realistically do about it. If he screens Rotom, he screens Rotom. That's fine. We are Raging Bull on our Tauros, so we can... Or not on our Tauros. Yeah, on our Tauros. We can take care of that. So if he does decide... And we do see leftovers. That U-turn damage actually might tell me something. Let's double check. 12 to 14% if he's Fizdef. That's not a Fizdef Rotom. That is a Spadefski's Rotom. We are going to get our T-Spike up. He can Will-O-Wisp. That's fine. The passive chip on this thing is not nearly as bad as 2 layers of Toxic Spikes going up onto his side of things. That will heavily pressure him the entirety of this game, so that's ideal for us. As D-Rey this week, no removal. So that's great. If he wants to Thunderbolt us, that's not really that big a deal. Hydro Pump's only going to do about 34%. Sludge Bomb's actually solid damage into this thing. What do we have in the back on D-Ray's side? He's got the Goth. He might want to come in with a Goth before I get my second layer up, but we can switch out on the Goth pretty safely. Pivoting around that thing into our T-Tar, so not overly concerned here. I am going to... You know what? Some damage on Rotom opens it up late game. We don't need our second layer of spikes just yet, so I'm going to Sludge Bomb here. He hexes. Ooh, that's really good prep. That's not going to do a ton, but we do need to maintain our HP on this. So, knowing D-Rey, he's probably going to call the switch on this turn. And that was good damage. That was about, I want to say, right around like 30-ish%. So, he's got some investment in Spadef. Not a ton, but some. Some for sure. Kind of want to make the call here. We can go into our own Rotom. There's nothing he can realistically do about that. And then we can fire off a Volt Switch, and that'll give us some good priority. If he Volt Switches, that's fine, because then I can Volt Switch out as well. If he goes into his silly little Toedscruel, that is what it is. So. Rotom's pretty safe here. He Volt Switches, that's fine. If he goes into his Goth, whatever. If he goes into his Toedscruel, whatever. Again, not that big a deal. He'll have to make a hard call, and we can go back into our Thundy at that point, and I can fire off a U-turn, so. Musgrove. This is the goofy little mushroom. That's fine. It's gonna get poisoned. He might spin. If he spins, whatever. Because I can always get the T-Spike up again later. I did forget that this thing gets Rapid Spin. That's on me, but that's okay. At this point, we are going to go back into our Thundy. Nothing wrong with that. If he's not going to Earth Power, he's not going to Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb's not going to do a lot to us. He's probably just going to Spike here or Rapid Spin. So either of those is fine with me. Yep, there's the spin. That's okay. Toedscruel, will you lead into our Thundurus? So it's a good chip. He does get that Rapid Spin off. It is what it is. I don't really want to give him the free initiative here. I'm assuming he's going to think I taunt again, though. And U-turn at this point, it's going to do 49 to 58%. This thing being poisoned and chipped down early is really good for me. If he wants to spike, he can spike, but that's fine. He sludge bombs. That's going to do negligible. It's not a ton of damage. Yeah, I'd say that's timid offensive. Don't have to worry too much about it. He is +1 speed, so we do have to respect that. Where can we go? Glow King versus Toad's Cruel. If it is Earth Power, Glow King. Glow King Galar. Earth Power is 50 to 60% here. 148. We are okay here to go into our Glow King, since he does not have a spike up, which is fine. He takes poison damage. I'm going to get 148. 148 is going to go down to 136. There's no role that D.Rey kills me here, outside of like a boosting item. I don't see him being a boosting item, though. We could slack off on him trying to preserve this. I could also T-Spike and then switch into Rotom after the fact, which might be slightly better. It is heavily risky, though. I think I actually do have to just hit him. Slack off's also probably the better play, though, because then I don't die this turn. So I'm going to slack off, actually. We're faster, which means he went for probably a Spike at that point, or a Spore. So he spikes. That's okay. Us being at max HP is a lot better than us not being at max HP, and Spike isn't the worst thing to have to deal with. So that's okay. We're max HP now, so there's nothing he can realistically go into that is going to heavily damage us on his side. The Rotom can come in and click Hex again, but at the same time, then that's the Rotom taking way more chip, and it opens up Blaze Tauros a lot more in the late game. With only one Spike up too, I don't have to worry too much, but I do have to make sure that that is on the calc. So, and Glow King is burned. So this is Josh Hader. I actually really like Josh Hader as a player. I think he's really cool. Nice part about Josh Hader is we are Shed Shell, so I don't have to worry about this. So I'm going to swap. This is great. We get in our Tyranitar. Even if he Focus Blasts, it's what it is. It is what it is. You take our Spike. Sandstream comes up. Dark Pulse, we're going to eat. That's great. In this position, he has no Stone Edge switching, which is great. Even if he wants to go into the Rotom, not overly concerned. And we do see leftovers, so we know not Colburn, we know not Scarf, which is great. Scarf, huge issue. D-Ray switch-ins to this are negligible. I could Rock here as well, because we are Chople. And then I can see who's faster and who's not. I think he switches, though. I think he knows he should switch. And I don't really want to give the Annihilate Rage Fist boost. So I think I'm going to Stealth Rock here. Does withdraw. Make the right call. I'm assuming this is Annihilate because that's basically his only switch into this. It's not Annihilate. It's Blake Snell to Rotom. Stone Edge would have been nice, but getting Stealth Rocks up and him not having Spin now is great. He's also going to take Chip from the Sandstorm. Rotom Wash. That's good. I'm assuming it's more of a Spadef set on the Rotom, in all honesty. Willow, a little annoying, but nothing we can't play around. Same thing, I just go into Rotom now. And I can Volt Switch next turn, as the Toad's Cruel is gone, so this is fine. We just need to keep Rotom at a HP that allows it to not die to a Palafin Jet Punch. He Willows, that's fine. This is good for us. Our Rotom is Scarfed, so we're the offensive variant here. Thunderbolt to his Rotom is not doing a ton of damage if it is a Spadef set, but Leaf Storm is doing a lot. But the thing with this turn is we will have to Volt Switch, as the Gothitelle is very much an option into this Rotom. And we need the HP, so that's okay. So we can Volt Switch here, and we can end up into our Thundurus on what I'm assuming is going to be a Hex or a Volt Switch of his own. If it's a Volt Switch of his own, that's fine. I don't have to worry too much about it. He does just hard withdraw, which is great for us. Machado. Fuck Manny Machado. Fuck this dude. This is great. This is an ideal situation, because watch this. He takes rocks, he takes some chip. I'm going to go into my Tauros Bull, and I'm going to claim a kill. I get to claim a kill. Actually, do I learn anything from that? Before we get ahead of ourselves. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's make sure here. I want to see. It's close. We're just trying to figure out what we went with. Because it's Ghost or Fairy, so I don't have to worry all too much. I can just Flare Blitz, and then I basically claim a kill, so that's great. This is awesome. And even if he's Scarfed Annihilate, he's... there's no way he's Scarfed. And we know he's not Scarf Goth, so I don't have to worry about... oh, I get buffeted first, so I know I'm faster than him. Nice. So this is a kill. This is a kill on literally anything. Yeah, this is a great position to be in here. Because now Tauros Bull is in. Tauros Blaze at +2, nukes any Annihilate set. That's max HP, so we're gonna blow him up here. And he has no switching. There's literally nothing on his team at this moment that can switch into this. Even the Rotom was gonna get blown back by 2. So this is great. And if he doesn't have a Scarfer in the back, there is a high chance that I can Trailblaze against that Rotom and just take this game away. Which would be amazing in this situation. Man, Mirror Herb Intimidate Pokemon that is faster than things it needs to break is awesome. What's he sacking? Blake Snell. This thing's going to get clapped. This is really good to see kind of damage. He also gets the Stealth Rock chip. Gone. Gone. Demolished. Fucking sweet. Even if he's Intimidate Arcanine, close combat at +1 is a guaranteed Oko if he's an offensive Arcanine. If he's defensive, it's whatever. I'm just going to take the damage on it. Because as soon as Arcanine's out of the way, there's nothing stopping Booster Energy Valiant from just running away with it. We're in a really good position right now. This is objectively the best spot that we could have been in. He goes into Arcanine, that's fine. We're going to see Flash Fire. No, we see Intimidate. Okay. So, I'm going to click Close Combat here. We did take Earthquake off the set. I was so in between on it. I was back and forth, and it is what it is. Even if he's E-Speed, not going to be too big a deal. Let's see. Oh, just missed out on the KO, which means he does have a little bit of investment into either HP or defense. Morning Sun, that doesn't matter. Because even if he's E-Speed and I'm -1 defense, E-Speed at this range is only 36 to 46, so I get another kill here. He has to withdraw. If it's Annihilate, it's Annihilate. He can try to pivot around this as much as he wants. It's Goth. Goth is going to die next turn. Or the Arcanine's going to die. This is awesome, though. Having to have him switch around this. Ooh, wow, that's a ton of damage. Perfect. I'm just going to Flare Blitz again. Even if he comes in and intimidates me, that Arcanine's 2-hit KO'd. He can try to play this, you know, switch game as much as he wants, but we're just nuking through this team. Gothitelle dying is also awesome. Frees up our Rotom now. I don't have to always click Volt Switch. I can just click Thunderbolt, which is great. And I'm assuming he goes Palafin now. And flip turns, which is fine. he's not Scarf, this is a speed tie. So he could just click Jet Punch here. Palafin. Banded Peefin, hey? Because this is a speed tie. I Oko him with close combat. I don't Oko him at neutral, though. What I'm going to do... Tauros Bull has really done its job. I don't have another, time that I'm going to be able to bring this in. So we're just going to CC. He's Jet Punches, that's fine. So now he's stuck in. Which means Thundy is in a really good position. Does Banded Palafin kill Thunderous from this range? The Jet Punch. Ooh, it's a roll. So we're not going to play that silly little game. We're going to play the smart game and go into our Rotom. I could feel Owen behind me being like, go into your fucking Rotom. That's the whole reason you brought this thing. Go into your Rotom. Go into the Rotom. Because I can just click Thunderbolt for free. Because Annihilate, at this point, has already taken a Volt Switch. Even a max Spadef Annihilate isn't the biggest deal. Rotom Mo. Thunderbolt's still good chip on it. Rotom Mo definitely kills this thing with a Thunderbolt. We could just Volt Switch here again. I'm pretty sure it kills... Oh, we alt-tabbed really quick. Oh, I got some time. I got 30 seconds. We're good. Don't need to rush this. There's no way he doesn't switch, so... Yep, we Volt Switch again. Maintain the momentum. Always get to Volt Switch against the Palafin. He goes back into Machado. So Machado's now 2 Rage Fists up, but Machado is 50% HP. So this is awesome. Below 50 now. So sick. Iron Valiant to the Machado. Annihilate. Can I win right now? Moonblast is 55 to 66%. If he's Terra Water, it's still not quite where I want it. So we are going to go Thundy at this moment. And this will let us scout for Scarf. I'm pretty sure I've seen his item though at this point. What we can do also here is Taunt, which is a good option. Because if he's like a bulk upset or he tries to rest here, that sucks. So I think the best option at this point could be to Taunt. Because I beat Arcanine, I got Chople T-Tar still, we still have the Glow King in the back. I still have Valiant. Yeah, I think we Taunt here so that we don't insta-lose to like a rest or a bulk up. He is going to Terra. I'm assuming he thinks he lives, because he does live if he's a max Spadef set, which it is kind of close. Oh, maybe he doesn't. That's if he's Terra Water. No, he's Terra Ghost. Yeah, Ghost he lives this. So, I Taunt. Fuck you, Machado! Fuck you! You shouldn't have left the Dodgers, you punk bitch! Fuck you, Manny! How's that fucking contract treating you, huh? Fuck the fucking Padres. Get out of here. Fuck you, Machado. I got a lot of salt and vinegar in me today, man. I am in a mood. I haven't eaten yet. Rage Fist, whatever. Don't care. Thundy did its job. It got the taunt off. He can't rest. Rotom is free now. Rotom wins. Rotom wins this game. Because now Rotom can come in. I can click Volt Switch again. And then... I mean, I could even just go Valiant right now. Can I? How much does Arcanine take from Valiant at this point? Feel Owen behind me being like, don't go into the Valiant yet. But he also might be screaming, go into the Valiant. We need to double check. Bulky Arcanine. Focus Blast probably kills. Terra Ghost Shadow Ball does not kill. So we'd have to hit the Focus Blast. So we are going into the Scarf Rotom because pivot. You can always pivot, D.Rey. Just always pivot. Pivot. Volt Switch 100% kills from here. We've already seen the damage that it does. Get the kill on the ape. Nice, 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 nice. Let's go. Come on. I'm going to boom D.Rey if we win this game. I hope you know. At the end, no disrespect, D.Rey. You made me wait an hour and a half, and I wanted to have dinner. So I'm going to boom you at the end if I do win this, which currently we are in the position to do. Left is Palafin, and Palafin can lose to the Rotom at this point and Arcanine. So I think our safest play here is to just go into our G-King, because we can Sludge Bomb things if he wants to play the game of Arcanine coming in, whatever. We're in a good spot. Because Rotom, realistically at this point, is still in a good spot. Juan Soto. So this is the Arcanine. He's probably going to try to Morning Sun up here. That would be what I do, because he definitely can't break me. Because we're Fizz Def. Sludge Bomb does a good chunk to him. I need to double check if his Palafin is toxic or not yet. Oh, I can't. I should have been keeping track of that. That's okay, though. I think we just Sludge Bomb and get the poison. Because realistically, after this, I can go into T-Tar very safely. We're just going to get the poison, then we'll end up in T-Tar. Because there's no way he close combats me. Oh, that's like almost 50%. And we get the poison. Okay, cool. So this is great. Now he's in a position where he is forced to Morning Sun every single turn. This is awesome. This is literally the best thing that could have happened. I'm just going to do it again. He can play the game. If he wants to try to stall me out on the burns. Raging Fury. That is a move of all time. It is not going to do enough. And Sludge Bomb's going to pick up a KO. We crit, it doesn't matter. But we'll take it. And now Palafin is left. And I have Scarf Rotom. And I didn't misplay. And I played well. And Owen, I hope I made you proud. And viewers, there we go. This is probably GBA win #1. I'm not going to say it too soon, though, because a lot of bullshit can happen with D.Rey sometimes. And if this is Agility Palafin or some bullshit, then it's, you know, then something, shit happens, you know? Like, yeah. Anyways, Palafin. Palafin Hero. I'm assuming Banded. You shouldn't assume, though, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Sludge Bomb is 36 to 42%. I'm going to Sludge Bomb. He Jet Punches. That should kill. Yep, Jet Punch. That basically tells me Banded, because non-Banded would not have... it would have been close. How much is 68 HP? Non-Banded wouldn't have killed, so he's Banded Adamant. So we know now. Rotom's going to win this. Should. Yep, Jet Punch doesn't kill. 44%. Thunderbolt kills. That's game, baby. That's game. Unless he crits. He didn't. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom, baby, let's go! Come on! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Oh, I wanted that so bad. Ooh, I hope you had fun at home. GG's, D.Rey. Obviously, I'm hyped up, but you're my boy. And, you know, I know you get hyped during these things, too. It's all in love. Fuck the Padres, though. That's what you get. Dodgers beat the Padres once again. Oh, life's good. Life's so good. I hope you guys had a great time watching this video. I know I had a blast playing it. Huge shout out to Owen for the prep help on this. I wouldn't be in this position without him. Big thank you to everybody that's been tuning in. I know there's a couple of you regulars. You know, like Central offhand. I know Trey, you've been watching for a long time. There's some new VGC people coming to watch. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm trying to remember people so I don't forget. There's so many things happening. I'll make a big thank you for all the support here, because we're coming up on 1,300 subscribers, and that just means the world to me. If we can get there, if we're not already there at the time of this video, you guys would make my day. And huge thanks to GBA once again for having me. This is a dream. I can't believe I just won my first ever GBA game. Man, like, my brother texted me last week, and he was like, dude, you're in the GBA. I remember watching that stuff when we were kids, and like, it's just a really, you know, full circle moment for me. So I hope you guys are enjoying. I can't wait to make another one of these things for you. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Happy Sunday, everybody. Let's go.